Tonight, our top focus this morning after a fierce triangular battle between the AAP, BJP and Congress, D-Day for civic body polls in Delhi. Counting set to begin in an hour from now. The civic polls held on April 23rd had witnessed a voter turnout of just under 54%, which was slightly better than when the last elections were held. All eyes there are on Arvind Kejriwal. Polling held in 270 of the 272 wards of the Delhi elections. Remember, there are 3 metropolitan municipal councils that will decide today: North Delhi, East Delhi, and we will also be telling you what is happening in the overall picture. So South, North and East, and bringing you the overall picture here in Delhi. 270 seats in all. We'll have to see how the 3 parties, AAP, BJP and Congress, fare in this election. Our exit poll is predicting a massive win for the BJP. Just enough time to, at the start, introduce this morning our guests who are joining me. My colleague Ankit Tyagi, who tracks Delhi very closely and the Aam Aadmi Party for us. He will give us every update of this election. Javed Ansari, our executive editor, joins me early this morning. Manisha Priyam, senior academic and political analyst, is with us. She will also give us her insights. Thank you all very much for joining us. What do you believe is at stake in this election? Is this, as is being projected, a make or break election, in particular for Arvind Kejriwal?
For Arvind Kejriwal, certainly a make or break election. In a sense, he's been the king of Delhi. He's been the only inheritor of the Anna movement here and the collapse of the Congress party. In a sense, for him, it would be very, very important to keep that legacy intact, since he's not been able to break fresh grounds in newer states and newer areas of India. It was expected and anticipated that on the ground, Arvind Kejriwal would have held on. And remember, Kejriwal had won even his state elections on promises of civic efficacy. So for him, it is at stake whether he's able to keep this piece of territory under his fold or not.
Is Manisha putting too much of pressure, in a sense, on the Aam Aadmi Party when she calls it a make or break election, Javed Ansari? Or do you believe 2 years after his remarkable win in Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal's political career is now at the crossroads?
Look, even if Arvind Kejriwal loses, he will not be wiped out. He may be diminished, but you can't write him off as a political force, at least in Delhi. This is the BJP, this election is the BJP's to lose. They've been in power in the MCD despite all that has gone on. This is perhaps one of the most inefficient and corrupt MCDs in the country.
And yet our exit poll, exit poll has put the BJP as the #1 party.
Yes, same poll puts it not just #1, overwhelmingly.
Yes.
Favored them to win this election.
So is the Modi, which brings me to the question, is the Modi juggernaut, you believe, still rolling on? Uttar Pradesh's bandwagon effect is being seen in Delhi, if our exit poll is right.
Without an element of doubt.
Without an element of doubt. Ankit Tyagi, is that the sense that, you know, because Arvind Kejriwal seems to be blaming the electronic voting machines when the exit poll numbers came. Now, exit polls and electronic voting machines are 2 entirely different beasts, if I may say so. But is Mr. Kejriwal convinced that it's about EVMs? Does he concede somewhere that there is a Narendra Modi factor that could be playing?
Razi, first thing is that the Aam Aadmi Party and the chief is absolutely sold on the idea that this sort of result cannot, the kind of results that we saw in Uttar Pradesh cannot take place without rigging. That is what they are sold on. This has also given, some sort of a leeway as far as the entire party leadership is concerned. Every time the question of accountability comes, all of them come down and say, as the party chief has been saying, that there is rigging in the exit polls, and that is why possibly nobody has been held accountable for Punjab, and similarly they have already started speaking about this. A lot of people are calling it a defeated attitude, but let me tell you, Arvind Kejriwal very seriously thinking as of now of hitting the street with some sort of a movement against EVM machines. So they are sold on that idea. They do believe that there is a Modi wave, and that is why Arvind Kejriwal recently have not targeting the Prime Minister directly. Only he talks about the BJP as a party, but not the Prime Minister. But they're sold on the EVM idea.
Rajiv, it's significant that till now we had heard of rigging in elections. Now Mr. Kejriwal is alleging that even exit polls are rigged.
Yeah, that's, these are some of the questions that Mr. Kejriwal will have to answer if he loses badly. Will there be introspection that will go beyond the EVM controversy? I want to go to Ashutosh Mishra, correspondent is at Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Ashutosh, just about, what was it, 6 or 7 weeks ago, 11th of March, were the state assembly elections. His house was being decorated because Mr. Kejriwal expected to win in Punjab. That didn't happen. Is the mood a little bit more restrained? Is the Aam Aadmi Party fearing the worst?
Well, Rajdeep, it seems that Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal completely restrained themselves from making any kind of such pre-result celebration. Let me show you these visuals. I'm here outside at CM's residence, and unlike the event that was happened on 11th of March during the Punjab results, now this is completely a different picture. There is no celebration. There were a number of colorful balloons here. A great showman stage was here. It was completely in a mood of celebration. But unlike that 11th of March, today it looks completely deserted. All these roads are outside. Seeing Arvind Kejriwal's residence, it completely looks deserted. Seems the party has anticipated its performance in as far as MCD polls is concerned.
Very interesting, the contrasting images between 11th of March, where they were expecting the big win in Punjab, and then that was the setback. Today, a more somber looking mood outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence in Delhi. But the BJP preparing, on the other hand, Brijesh Pandey, I'm told, for another celebration, another big day possibly for the Amit Shah, Narendra Modi, and in this case, Manoj Tiwari triumvirate. So is the BJP anticipating a big win?
Well, absolutely. The BJP is hopeful that this win will wipe off some of the stain which had happened on them during the 2015 Assembly election, and they feel that with a big margin victory in MCD elections, then they will have extracted their share of revenge from Aam Aadmi Party. And apart from that, BJP also feels that if they win MCD big, it will put curtains to the career of Arvind Kejriwal, because you remember, Rajdeep, there's a case going on in Election Commission about 21 MLAs for office of profit, and after that, if the Aam Aadmi Party, what the BJP feels is that if Aam Aadmi Party loses badly, then that there will be several elements who will also revolt, or as a BJP leader said, would be encouraged to speak against Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal. So the BJP feels that today's margin will decide the fate of Delhi one way or another, and it's an extremely crucial election for the BJP, because remember, Rajdeep, BJP party president Amit Shah is a 24/7 politician. Right now as we speak, he is in West Bengal on a 15-day tour of touring those states where BJP does not have much of a presence, and he has taken it upon himself to do a 95 days tour before September to make sure that when it comes to 2019, the party is in a much better shape and takes a bigger pan-Indian avatar than currently.
Okay, we'll wait and see. The BJP, of course, has changed its face for Delhi, a more charismatic face there in Manoj Tiwari. I want a quick word from you, Shalini Lobo. Are we expecting the counting to begin? You're at a counting center to begin sharp at 8 o'clock. Mumbai only started at 9. Will Delhi at least wake up on time on a hot summer day? And will counting start, we are told, bang on at 8 a.m.?
Well, Rajdeep, as of now, yes, the counting is to start at 8 a.m. And yeah, a lot of activity outside the City Fort Counting Center. So I'm assuming that 8 a.m. is when everyone is going to start their counting. And yes, the summer mornings are slightly cooler than the rest of the day. Everyone active on the streets, and also a huge amount of police forces deployed. As I was entering the counting center, on the other side, you have a lot of police personnel deployed, even personnel on horses also in front of the counting center. Very strict around the area, road routes being blocked, traffic being diverted, and also a huge number of helping hands outside the counting center here, Rajdeep.
Okay, we'll come to you, Shalini, as the results get updated. Anand Patel, you're at Dwarka. I'm presuming that there are 3 major counting centers where counting is taking place in the 3 municipal corporation limits. Tell us, all counting set to start at 8 a.m.?
Well, absolutely, Rajdeep. I'm here at this counting center. This is South Delhi. And all the 3 assembly constituencies, be it Dwarka itself or Patiala and Najafgarh, the 3 constituencies, all their wards, the counting will be done here. But if the mood is any indicator, Rajdeep, the poll agents of the BJP here who had collected a little while ago, they've all gone inside, but they were all greeting themselves with the chants of Jai Shri Ram and Radhe Radhe. So if the mood is any indicator, BJP is winning already, because, you know, the other poll agents, be it Congress or the Aam Aadmi Party, they just quietly went inside, you know, without making any noise. Unlike, the impression which Aam Aadmi Party gives. You know, I'm fresh from the Punjab elections, and it was the Aam Aadmi Party which was making all the noise. But in complete contrast, it's the BJP workers here, you know, who are looking upbeat, they're sounding upbeat, and, you know, they completely believe as what the exit polls have said, including that of India Today, you know, giving a clean sweep to the BJP. So if the MLAs are from the three constituencies belong to the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP is going to win here in the MCD. But Rajdeep, let me just tell you, point out one important thing, you know, there's garbage all around, there's no cleanliness, mosquitoes everywhere. You know, MCD is said to be one of the most corrupt municipal bodies, you know, but despite that, if BJP wins, if the BJP corporators win here, it will be only and only because of Modi's charisma.
Well, we'll wait and see whether anything really changes when it comes to the humble mosquito. Whoever wins, the question is, will Delhi be bitten yet again by the mosquito come dengue and chikungunya season later in the year? That's one of the tests for whoever comes to power in this Delhi election. Get this city rid of the mosquitoes, and I'm not just referring here to its politicians. The MCD elections, who's winning the Municipal Corporation of Delhi? That's the big question this morning. Minute by minute updates will begin at 8 a.m. All the results here on India Today television. But I want to pose a big question at this moment, and that question is quite simply this. Why are we focusing so intensively on a municipal election? What's really at stake in Delhi that makes this election and Delhi so important? And I'm going to start with you, Manisha Priyam, because this is the controversy I want to raise. If I'm in Calcutta, if I'm in any other part of the country, I had a friend from Calcutta call me, why don't you cover the Calcutta Municipal Corporation elections or Kolkata Municipal Corporation as aggressively as you do Delhi? What is it about Delhi that makes this election important in a national context?
Well, certainly Arvind Kejriwal, he was the inheritor of the Anna moment, so to say, in Delhi. The massive victory, the anti-incumbency, the media houses all around Kejriwal, and it was hoped that maybe Arvind's new strategy of a new way of putting together youth volunteerism, anti-corruption, all that may spark off similar movements which are anti-corruption, youth-led, sporadic in nature in many parts of the country. So in a sense, the sporadic nature of the whole arrangement that he had, the volunteerism around it, that had sparked a new hope. But what happened thereafter was that the 2014 national elections, even after Modi won a national election in 2015, Kejriwal was able to stop the BJP juggernaut in Delhi. So that made Kejriwal, in a sense, the spotlight, and Kejriwal and Delhi were the spotlight, therefore, as a possible political leader who could stand up to the forces of Narendra Modi, and that is what is at stake here. Whether Kejriwal is able to still hold his ground, or is it Narendra Modi's juggernaut that is set to sweep Delhi also? This was a feat.
So it's the Kejriwal factor. It's the Kejriwal factor that gives it a disproportionate importance. Javed Ansari, I mean, today if I'm sitting in Bangalore and Chennai, I'm watching this program. Is it all about Arvind Kejriwal, or is it simply, again, the fact that Narendra Modi, even in a municipal election, is able to convert his charisma possibly into votes? As you said, 10 years the BJP has been ruling the MCD, and many believe it hasn't done enough.
And many believe that it's arguably one of the most corrupt and inefficient MCDs. But that notwithstanding, they're riding piggyback on Mr. Narendra Modi. What gives it added resonance, this MCD elections, is the Narendra Modi versus Arvind Kejriwal face-off. This is the BJP's election to lose. But conventional wisdom would point in the direction that BJP ought not to be doing as well as it is supposed to be doing, because of 10 years of anti-incumbency. But the fact that there's Arvind ruling here, the fact that they're facing these elections on the heels of what happened in Uttar Pradesh, this gives it added resonance. And if Kejriwal loses here, this would mean that not only is his hold over Delhi slipping, but it would also mean that his ambitions of moving to the other parts of the country will have to take a backseat for now.
Let me go to Nupur Sharma of the BJP on that point. Nupur Sharma, good morning. You're up and early, which means that you obviously are anticipating a victory. So you can smile. Are you going to smile in advance, or are you going to wait for the results? Or are you already predicting a victory based on the exit polls? I wouldn't have seen you so early in the morning had the exit polls predicted, I'm sure.
No, that's not true actually, because see, the results are actually yet to come in, but we're very hopeful. We worked hard, and I think, because I heard, I've been hearing you since 7 a.m. You know, the difference is in attitude. In 2015, when we lost, we were reduced to 3 seats to 67. We really pulled up our socks, and we knew that we need to certainly work hard. Obviously, needless to add, it is Modi ji's you know, persona, which is internationally renowned, and also the organizational brilliance of our national president, Shri Amit Shah ji. But the Delhi unit really had to just, you know, start picking up, and we really tried hard, and we are very hopeful. We hope for a very positive result.
You are, what has changed? What has changed, you believe, between 2015 when you were demolished and 2017? 2 years, sudden mood change. What has changed so dramatically, you believe, if these exit poll results hold and you sweep Delhi?
You know, in my personal opinion, as I have seen, because I interact a lot with people on the ground, the electorate especially, I can tell you that you know, the issue boils down to one of trust deficit. Which party do they ultimately feel will do some work? And the electorate today is very smart. They're very, very sharp. If they feel that you don't deserve to be there, you're not going to end up meeting your promises, they will show you the way out. And if they feel that, you know, perhaps there was a mistake that they made, you know, believing false promises and so on and so forth, then they will probably vote for another party. And this is exactly what is happening here. It actually boils down to who's going to deliver. And I'm really hopeful. Let's wait till noon today that we get the result that we're anticipating.
Well, I'll ask you one little question, because that's going to lead me into my break. Are you planning, if you win by a big margin as the polls predict, next step to break the AAP? There's talk that this is Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed politics of the BJP. If you win the election, next step, let's break the Aam Aadmi Party and try and ensure the collapse of the Delhi government. Is that step number 2?
Not really. No, Rajdeep, I don't think we need to do anything of that sort, even though there are a lot of rumors floating around on the internet that BJP ne ye kiya, BJP ne wo kiya. Just give us the name. Why aren't you giving the name of that BJP leader you feel is contacting you to break the AAP? We don't need to break a party wherein almost 34 to 35 MLAs are ready to, you know, ask Arvind Kejriwal to resign. Nobody is happy. Nobody is working. It's all gone awry because you use 35
Delhi as a
you are saying
want AAP to resign. Ankit Tyagi, is that
there was
true?
No unity,
35 MLAs want Arvind Kejriwal to resign is what Nupur Sharma is claiming.
Well, it's not come to that, but I'm sure...
yes, Arvind Kejriwal to resign.
I'm sure there are people, those who want Arvind Kejriwal to change his style, and that is the internal discussion within the party. But as Nupur was saying, why don't people name the BJP leaders? Why doesn't she name the 35 MLAs that are ready to break away and ask resignation of Arvind Kejriwal?
Nupur Sharma, you want to name you have a list of all the MLAs ready to ask Arvind Kejriwal to resign?
This is... I'm not concerned with the internal matters of Aam Aadmi Party. Contrary to what the rumor that the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs are floating, we have no interest in what they're doing internally, but this is something I read in the news. So I'm just sharing with you.
You're saying BJP has no interest in the breaking up of the Aam Aadmi Party?
Mode. I mean, we don't need to do anything.
You're saying all these MLAs on their own volition are wanting to switch over?
We've got better things to do.
You've got better things to do than break the Aam Aadmi Party?
No, Rajdeep sir. See, Rajdeep, yeah, with people like Jitendra Singh Tomar's and Sandeep Kumar's, honestly, we are not interested. We've got bigger things on hand, and our strength in the BJP is to ensure that our structure is strengthened down up, which means from mandal to district and so on and so forth. And that's what we are currently working on.
Hold on to those thoughts, Nupur Sharma. Interesting insights that you're giving on how the BJP views the Aam Aadmi Party. I thought that the BJP would be delighted in a way to see the Aam Aadmi Party implode if it does after this election, presuming of course, that the exit polls are right. And that, of course, remains the big rider early this morning.